Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we cut through all the noise, look at the sources you send us, and really try to find those aha moments, the ones that help you feel genuinely informed. Today, we're diving into something I think, well, a lot of us can relate to. It's that ambition to get good at a new skill, especially a language like English that just opens up so many doors. And you've brought us a really interesting prompt today. It comes from a resource called Learn and Succeed, English YouTube channel, episode 55. Now, okay, first glance, sounds pretty straightforward, right? An educational video.
Wow.
But that title, Learn and Succeed, in the specific episode, number 55 on YouTube, that actually tells us quite a lot, I think, about modern learning,
Oh, absolutely.
about chasing practical skills and, how we actually get good at things. So our mission today is really to get under the skin of a resource like this. What's its significance? What are the benefits, potentially, for anyone wanting to master English? We want to unpack what it means to really learn and succeed here. Okay, let's get into it. You asked us to deep dive into Learn and Succeed, English YouTube channel, episode 55.
Yeah. And what's fascinating really is how specific channels online, they've become these sort of engines
Yeah.
driving this universal desire we all have, or many of us have, to learn and succeed, especially with something like English, which is just, well, vital globally.
It really is.
Think about it, right? In this super connected world, communicating across borders, it's not just nice anymore. It's often, essential for careers, travel, even just joining the global chat. And education's landscape has shifted massively to meet that. Platforms like YouTube, they're not just cat videos anymore, are they?
Definitely not.
They become these incredible, accessible places full of structured knowledge, offering ways to learn skills, often free or low cost, that you just couldn't imagine, say, 20 years ago.
And that shift, that transformation speaks directly to you, our listener. We know you're looking to pick up knowledge fast, but like properly fast, thoroughly. You want those real aha moments that click without drowning in information.
Right.
So a dedicated channel for learning English with a specific structure like episode 55, it's not just another video online. It feels like a curated path. It's sort of designed potentially as a shortcut to being well-informed, practically informed, in a skill that matters worldwide. Okay, so let's start with that phrase, learn and succeed. It's bold, isn't it?
It is. It's a promise.
More than just a catchy title. It's like a mission statement. It suggests the content isn't just throwing information at you. It's designed with an end goal, your success. But what does success actually look like when you're mastering English? Is it just knowing words, perfect grammar, or is it deeper?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
For most learners, I think, real success in English, it's not just collecting facts. It's about getting what linguists often call communicative competence.
Communicative competence.
Yeah, basically moving beyond just knowing the rules to actually using the language
Yeah,
effectively, appropriately,
right.
in real life. Like imagine being confident in a work meeting or handling a job interview, or even just like chatting casually with native speakers without constantly translating in your head. A channel that promises both learn and succeed. It suggests it's focusing right there, bridging that gap between knowing stuff and doing stuff. It probably uses things like maybe task-based learning, giving you a scenario, asking you to solve it using English, or role-playing common situations to build that practical fluency.
That difference between knowing and doing, it's so critical. Makes me think how many of us tried learning a language from a book,
Oh, yeah. Been there.
only to freeze up in a real conversation. So if success is practical communication, how would a channel structure its lessons, even one episode, like 55, to make sure that bridge gets built?
Exactly. It can't just be passive watching. An effective Learn and Succeed channel, I bet, integrates things like active recall, spaced repetition. Cognitive science tells us these are super powerful for remembering things long term.
Right, making it stick.
Yeah. So an episode might introduce, say, new words or a grammar point, but then immediately hit you with exercises, quizzes, maybe even prompts to speak out loud, reinforcing it right away. And for learners, maybe around episode 55, intermediate level, perhaps, Success often means moving beyond single words to chunking, learning common phrases, idioms, as single units.
Ah, chunking, like learning a whole phrase at once.
Precisely. It boosts your fluency, makes you sound more natural. That's a big aha
Hey.
moment for lots of learners. Instead of it is raining very hard, you learn it's raining cats and dogs.
Right, not just new words, but a fluency upgrade. That's a great point. And building on that, let's think about the English YouTube channel part. This isn't some dusty textbook, is it? Or a
Right.
formal classroom.
Not at all.
It's dynamic, visual, auditory. For language learning, that's a massive advantage. You hear native speakers, see their faces, their body language, which adds so much meaning. The content can be engaging, broken down into digestible bits. It uses video strengths. You can repeat, pause, rewind. There are visual cues, maybe animations, all really valuable for picking up a language. It's not just text, it's alive.
And crucially, it's accessible. YouTube just knocks down so many barriers you find in traditional education. Cost, location, rigid schedules, less relevant.
Yeah.
You can watch Learn and Succeed pretty much anywhere, anytime that works for you. That democratization of learning, it's a game changer, especially for English, which opens so many doors economically, socially around the world. The YouTube channel bit really hammers home that reach, that availability, and is perfect for what people call multimodal learning, using multiple senses, sight, and sound. Research shows that really helps language learners understand and remember better.
That's true. The accessibility is huge. But I wonder, relying just on YouTube without, a live teacher right there,
Yeah,
does that pose challenges?
definitely.
How does a well-designed channel, one aiming for real success, try to make up for that lack of instant feedback or personalized correction?
That's a really fair point.
Yeah.
And a smart channel knows that's a limitation. So they might build in common error corrections or anticipate the questions learners usually have. Maybe use interactive stuff like polls or quizzes to give some sense of feedback. Lots of channels also use their comment sections, right? To build a community. Learners interact, ask questions, maybe even practice together.
Ah, the community aspect.
Yeah. And that succeed part of the name. It suggests the creators know you need to apply it, practice it, not just watch passively. They're probably designing lessons with chances for you to speak along, write something, test yourself, even if it's not live feedback.
Okay, so let's really focus on episode 55. That number. It's not just random, is it? It tells us something important.
Right. It implies progression.
Exactly. It's not episode 1. It suggests a structure, a curriculum, a journey the learner's already on. By lesson 55, you're probably past the absolute basics. So what kinds of challenges would an English learner be facing around then, at that intermediate stage? And what would a channel serious about success be offering in episode 55?
Okay, yeah, this is where the deep dive gets deeper. By episode 55, you're likely okay with basic sentences, core words. But now you're hitting the tricky bits, the nuances that make English sound, well, natural, fluent.
Like what, for example?
Well, an episode at this level might tackle, say, phrasal verbs. Those are always tricky. Look up, look into, look forward to.
Yeah.
They totally change the meaning.
Oh, yeah, those are tough.
Or maybe distinguishing between synonyms that seem similar but aren't quite, or using polite language properly in professional settings. Another big one for intermediate learners is understanding faster, natural speech, different accents, or idioms, figuring out bite the bullet or break a leg.
Right, and a structured series, like this seems to be, would give you the scaffolding you need for those harder topics, building up slowly. I imagine episode 55 wouldn't just introduce new, harder stuff, but would also kind of subtly reinforce things from earlier lessons, keep the foundation strong.
Precisely. That consistent reinforcement, often without being obvious about it, like, hey, remember episode 20? It's key for making knowledge stick. The cumulative structure uses that spaced repetition idea naturally. Things sink in over time. It lets the complexity increase gradually, reinforcing old stuff while bringing in new concepts. Stops you feeling totally lost because there's a roadmap.
But hang on, couldn't a series of 55 episodes, maybe even more, couldn't that lead to burnout or feeling stuck if the pace isn't quite right for you?
That's a totally valid concern. Absolutely.
What are the potential downsides? of that fixed structure. And how would the Succeed promise help with that?
That's what the succeed part has to be about more than just content. It has to be about engagement, motivation, progress. A good channel wouldn't just be lesson after lesson of the same thing. It'd likely mix things up, different formats. Maybe some episodes on grammar, others on conversation, maybe culture.
Keep it fresh.
Exactly. It might encourage you to revisit old episodes, or suggest taking a break, finding other resources, maybe a language partner. To avoid that stuck feeling or just getting bored, success isn't just linear progress, right? It's about keeping going, getting over hurdles. And the channel could even respond, maybe through comments or surveys, find out where people struggle and create special review or challenge episodes.
Okay. So when we put it all together, Learn and Succeed, English YouTube channel, and episode 55, we're looking at something promising, a systematic, accessible, and very practical way to get good at English. It's not just passive listening. It's aiming for active learning with a clear goal, real communicative competence. And for you, as someone learning, that's potentially super valuable. It lines up with wanting knowledge quickly but also thoroughly, avoiding overwhelm, getting those aha moments about how to actually use the language confidently.
Yeah, to sum it up, the real value here is in the implied method. A channel with that name suggests it's really thought about the learning journey, especially for something complex like language.
Yeah.
It seems to get that learning needs clear explanations, relatable examples, different contexts, while succeeding needs practice, feedback, even if indirect, and applying it.
Right.
It sounds like a holistic approach, using what online video does best: visuals, audio, replayability, structure. Its position is more than just watching videos. It's a designed educational tool aiming for a real result.
And the great thing about YouTube is it can be so dynamic, much more than a textbook. Creators can react to questions, update things, try new teaching ideas based on what viewers say. Episode 55 isn't just static. It's part of this ongoing dialogue between the creators and the learners, all trying to help you learn and succeed. It really shows how these platforms are changing education, making it more interactive, responsive, focused on the learner.
That responsiveness is key for keeping people learning. Language isn't a one-way street. You need interaction, even if it's simulated. A good online resource, even pre-recorded, can anticipate where you'll struggle and tackle it up front. Maybe Peller's episode 55 dives into pronunciation tricky spots for speakers of certain languages, or common grammar mistakes intermediates make. The Learn and Succeed idea strongly suggests they acknowledge these pain points and actively offer strategies, not just information.
So this deep dive into Learn and Succeed, English YouTube channel, episode 55, it really shines a light on the potential of these focused, structured online resources. They're way more than just videos. They seem like carefully designed paths towards genuine skill and practical use. That title acts like a promise, guiding learners towards actually using English successfully.
And connecting that to the bigger picture. It just underscores the power of accessible, themed content. It can create clear, doable paths for personal growth, for skill building. It also makes us think more critically about what succeed actually means when learning. It's not just knowing stuff, it's about the change that knowledge brings to your life. Succeed implies a level of skill that gives you real-world confidence, ability, helps you reach your goals using English.
So what does all this mean for you, the listener, the learner? Well, it means platforms like YouTube aren't just for fun. They offer a dynamic, pretty efficient, often free way to learn without getting overwhelmed. A channel like Learn and Succeed, specifically episode 55, suggests the structure. That's vital for a complex skill like language. You don't have to figure it all out alone. There's a guide, a curated step, waiting to help you bridge that gap from understanding to actually using English.
Which brings us to a final thought, maybe a question for you to reflect on. When you're trying to learn and succeed at anything, what specific things in a resource like the kind, potentially in Learn and Succeed, English YouTube channel episode 55, really click with your learning style? What actually helps you achieve mastery? Is it how clear the explanations are, the practical exercises? Is it cultural insights, the motivation factor, or maybe just the steady flow of new material? Thinking about that helps you become a more effective learner, seeking out what truly works for you.
That's a brilliant question to leave you with, a great prompt for your own learning path. Thanks so much for sharing your sources and joining us for this deep dive today. Keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.